Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky here. So I'm back working on the 52. Parts finally showed up. What I got was a TCI rear suspension kit. It comes with the new shackle mounts, the correct leaf springs, new shocks of course, and all the hardware. The reason I went with these guys instead of making the stuff, which really wouldn't be that difficult, is they just whack these things out. They look professional. I've already painted all these in my little paint booth. But I mean, the welds are nice. The material's good. This stuff looked just as good before I painted it as it does now that I did paint it, other than it was silver. It comes with all the hardware. It comes with everything necessary. I did a V8 conversion on this thing, and one thing to remember when you do a V8 conversion is you're putting more horsepower into the car. It's going to go a lot faster. It's going to be more fun to drive. So you don't skimp on the brakes. It's got a disc brake conversion in the front. Since it will now stop faster, you want it to handle a little bit better, so we upgraded the front suspension with the right springs instead of heating the other ones, which were all heated and cut. And then we brought our attention to the rear. This used to have a sealed drivetrain. Took that out, obviously, put a rear end in it, and it was all bolted up just so I could move the thing around. We could leave it like that. It's a driver, but it's making a couple of horsepower more, and it's going to be driven at a higher rate of speed. This car originally was designed to do, 50 miles an hour, had a 6-cylinder in it. Now it's going to go plenty fast. Stuff like the stock rear bushing, yeah, that won't fly. You can put it together and drive the thing around town if you don't mind the clunks and stuff. But I'm giving this to somebody that I know. It's his car, and the target here was to be able to get in the car with his wife and jump on the freeway and jump in the left lane and drive wherever he wanted to go. And yeah, this wouldn't cut it. So it's getting new rear leaf springs. The stock leaf springs are really narrow, which left room for tire in the back. The new leaf springs are lowered. They have a little de-arced and there's less springs, but the front ones the old rear ones used to have lowering blocks, which is pretty unsafe. The new ones are the vulcanized bushing inside the loop and all the good stuff, and they're wider, so to compensate for the wider spring so you don't lose tire clearance, is they've offset the shackle mount, which is just fine. So that's it. That's what we're doing today. The 52 is getting rear suspension. After a drive shaft and some exhaust, this thing is going down the road. Okay, so I used the air chisel and a sharp tip to buzz off the rivets and then knock off the old shackles or spring mounts. Cleaned it up a little bit, rattle canned it. It's actually sealed so it won't rust. And then the new ones, you have to just drill out the holes a little bit larger and mount the new brackets on there. They fit nice. So, getting ready to set those springs in. Okay, so springs are all in, shackles are all mounted up, perches are all done. Need to weld them in once I get the rear end centered. Confirm the pinion angle. This kit's pretty clean, fits nicely. Pretty happy with it. Plenty of room. Okay, so that's it. Thanks a lot, you guys, for checking this out. Be sure and share, for sure comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. See ya.